We're going to take a break from the political news now because let me show you the outside of Buckingham Palace where the flag is lowered as it's been announced that the Duchess of Kent, the cousin of Queen Elizabeth and wife of the Duke of Kent, has died. She was 92. The Duchess of Kent has died. That news has been released there from the royal family. Daniela Ralph, our senior royal correspondent, is with me here in the studio. Daniela, just tell us more about the Duchess of Kent.
Yes, Geeta, the pictures there of the flag flying at half-mast is a marker for us to know that the royal family will now be in a period of official mourning. That announcement from Buckingham Palace has come within the past hour. Perhaps the best thing is for me to read out what the Palace have said. They say that it is with deep sorrow that Buckingham Palace announces the death of Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Kent. Her Royal Highness passed away peacefully last night at Kensington Palace, surrounded by her family. The King and Queen and all members of the royal family join the Duke of Kent, his children and grandchildren in mourning their loss and remembering fondly the Duchess's lifelong devotion to all the organisations with which she was associated, her passion for music and her empathy for young people. She had been unwell for some time and we had not seen her in any way in public life for a number of years in any significant way. But it is a day of great sadness for the royal family. And I think many people watching will remember perhaps the Duchess of Kent as the person who handed out the trophies at Wimbledon. If you were a watcher of Wimbledon during the 80s and 90s in particular, she was somebody who would hand over the trophies. And there was that moment in 1993 that many will remember when the losing women's finalist Jana Novotná was incredibly distressed and upset, as we can see here. And the Duchess was very empathetic, hugged her when she was in floods of tears there and deeply upset. And it was a moment, I think, where it was obvious that there was a real empathy in terms of the public engagement that the Duchess of Kent carried out. She had a tenderness and an empathy to her that made her very memorable in some people's minds. She herself had quite an interesting life in terms of the royal family. She was an outsider who married in. She was from an aristocratic landowning Yorkshire family and at first found royal life, it seemed very easy. She had these causes that she was very much attached to around helping young people, working with the Samaritans. But she herself had some personal issues. She suffered from depression. She had a stillborn baby. And after a while, she stepped back from royal life and royal duty and instead trained as a music teacher. And she taught in state schools in music in London and Hull, where she was known quite simply as Katharine Kent. So it's an interesting trajectory for her throughout the royal family, but a day of great sadness for them. She was also a convert to Catholicism. The first time a member of the royal family had done that in 300 years. So I think we can perhaps expect her funeral, which will be attended by most senior members of the royal family, to be a Catholic mass.
Daniela Ralph, our senior royal correspondent, thank you very much indeed, bringing us confirmation of the news that's been announced by Buckingham Palace today that the Duchess of Kent, a cousin of Queen Elizabeth and wife of the Duke of Kent, has died. The flag there at Buckingham Palace being flown at half-mast as the royal family enters a period of grieving. The Duchess of Kent was 92, known to so many people, of course, for all her public work and seen very memorably for many years at Wimbledon. So tennis fans, tennis players, the tennis community also no doubt marking this moment.